Hi, my name is Anita, and I am a Master Gardener for Scott County. And I was asked by Erica, who is a Master Gardener for Des Moines County, to make this video for you. We will be talking about winter sowing. I hope to make it brief and as much details as possible in a short amount of time so that you can go ahead and get started, because there still is a little bit of time to get your jugs going. Okay, real quick, let's go over the supplies you need. Some type of vessel to hold the soil and your seeds. Preferably a clear container that will let sun shine through. Yes, you can use, these are juice jugs, I've got milk jugs, I've got soda bottles, I have water bottles. It just depends. Like something this size, you're only going to sow a few things. Something in the milk jug size, you can sow very many seeds at once. And you can also use these fruit containers. Strawberries usually come in them. And these are even easier because they already come with drainage holes, which takes me to my next topic, drainage holes. You need to find something that can put holes in your container. They need drainage holes at the bottom, and you need to put some holes in the top. Now you will not need the lid anymore. You can get rid of those. You don't need them because you want to make sure that water or moisture gets inside. Water, snow, rain, it has to be able to get inside the container, so you don't want to keep your lids. Now, what I use to make the holes in my containers is a little inexpensive soldering iron. It makes real quick work. The holes come out nice and neat. Some people take and punch holes in with a utility knife. You can take a hot nail and put holes in. Same thing if you don't have a soldering iron. You know, that's pretty much free. You'll need something to mark your containers. This is duct tape. There's a Sharpie. Some people use those oil markers or oil pencils. I only mark mine on the inside. I don't worry about the outside of the jug because eventually you're going to open them anyway, so why write on the outside? So I like these little rapid clip labels because they use a pencil. They have a coating, a texture I should say, on them, and you're able to write on them and it will not fade in the sun. And then when you're done with them, you just erase it, and they're usable for the next year. But yeah, that's what I like to use. And I seal mine back closed with clear tape from the Dollar Tree. This one roll of tape will do several jugs. And then of course you need seeds. The seeds I have in this container are ones that I've collected from my own flowers. And I like those the best because they're native to my area. They have already proven that they grow well here, and so they will regrow again. You get your milk jugs or whatever container you're using, put the holes in the bottom and the top first, because once you cut it open, it gets a little flimsy and it's hard to do. Because just imagine trying to put some holes in this and it's moving around. It's just easier to put your holes, your drainage holes in before you cut it. Now for the milk jugs, to determine where to cut it, you want to leave this handle intact, and this little area will act like the hinge. So you have a built-in guideline. You just cut around the whole jug until you come right back to this area, and then you have a hinge. I don't have any with me that are already cut open because they're all over being used, but it's the same concept of this. And if you're using a container that doesn't have a handle, as long as you have at least 4 inches of soil in the bottom, then you can cut it anywhere, because you want to have at least 4 inches of soil in your base. I did collect all of these, but I'm not going to use them, so I'm just going to put them in my shed, and they can be used for next year, or if I don't want to hold on to them, I'll throw them in the recycle and then start collecting them again come around Thanksgiving, and then you can have them all ready to go right after Christmas and start getting your winter sowing project underway. Some of the milk jugs that I've done earlier in the season. I did these around January, I believe, because some things like to stratify at least 3 to 4 weeks, so you want to make sure that those nighttime temperatures are down below freezing, or at least below 40 degrees for that many days. I also have some, and I'm probably casting a shadow, these are my juice jugs. And I did not do a lot this year because I'm going to just direct sow the seeds like nature. And this is what winter sowing does. It copies nature. The seeds stay outside during the cold and they will grow when nature tells them to. There's no guesswork, there's no heat lamps, There's no grow lights, there's no heat mats. Now I like these water bottles from the Dollar Tree because they're clear all the way around and they're square. I just like the shape. They sit better for me. And you can see what's going on, and you can actually see your label inside too. See, there's no reason to open it at all until time. And the time to open them is when your daytime temperatures are pretty warm and you have growth already, and past when they have their true leaves. You can open the top up if it's getting too hot to let the cool air come in and keep them from getting burned. And then if the temperatures at night are going to drop down below freezing again, you just cover them up and put another piece of tape on.